What's up everybody, I am Deidre. If you're new here, I have a blog called Dawn on Life. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys the behind the scenes of us installing our kitchen backsplash. So if you want to see how our kitchen went from this to this, keep watching. Today we are putting our backsplash in. I'm excited. This might, no, let me not get the lion. I was about to be like, this might be the last thing we do for a while. Maybe the pantry, but
why you always lying? Oh my god.
Yeah, so the backsplash is going in today. I'm nervous. I'm tasked to clean off the counters, so that's what I'm about to do. And then we're gonna start getting the supplies and tools ready and getting to work. Alright, so I'm cleaning off the countertops and then I'm gonna go in and remove the plug plates, and then Drew is moving the stove back since we have to get back behind there, and we're just getting everything all ready for this backsplash. Here is the tile that we're using and all the tools that we'll be using on this makeover, and we taped everything down. I'm using the multi-tool to just kind of lightly sand down the wall, and then I'll go back and like wipe it off and make sure it's no dust. And Drew used the tape to just like measure out where he plans on cutting, and he's just getting the dowels right on this wet tile saw. Will be linked below in the description. And here is everything cut for the first portion. How's it going? How's it going?
Prep works. Can I bleep myself? Is that okay?
Yeah.
You gonna bleep me?
This is not for kids.
Oh, well, in that case. Not too bad.
What's the hardest part so far? The cutting?
You know, making sure you cut slow enough so you don't bust any tiles out. Did pretty well for the most part. Yeah, you did good. You tried to get me to help, but I don't feel comfortable. I think you just don't want to get messy. No, I'm just afraid I'm gonna cut my finger off. You don't want white hands like me? I don't mind getting dirty. I just don't want to cut my finger. You can't cut your finger. Well, I just get nervous and anxious. I'll face my fear. Alright. We got this side. We're gonna test this thing out. Just spread it on like butter. Those lines.
So I'm not even gonna lie, putting this adhesive on is not the easiest part in my opinion, but we're gonna get to that at the end of this. But yeah, we just put on the adhesive and use the trowel and then put the tile, and then we also had to go in and just use spacers to make sure it doesn't like move around some. I'm gonna put a link to the Wayfair how-to below. And we just really like followed that and watched a bunch of videos. So again, we aren't experts, but just showing you the process of how we did this. Here I am trying to see how to do it right, because you know, I guess I'm not doing it right and he has to demo like 10 times. Okay, check out. We are halfway there. We're making a lot of progress. So, yeah. Day 2, how do you feel? Don't run from the camera. How you feeling?
Over it.
What do we have to do? Just...
We need to finish. You gotta finish this thing. Finish out strong, go home, and celebrate.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, that's what we got to do. We are going to apply the grout. That means we still have one more day because it has to settle. How long does it take to settle? 24 hours?
24 to 48 hours.
Okay. Well,
Let it dry.
here goes nothing. Why I'm wearing this tape, because I'm just trying to protect my precious hands for all this hard work that I'm about to do, and it was per the recommendation of my chiropractor. So I'm taped up, he's not taped up, so we'll see how he's gonna be feeling tomorrow. I know I'm gonna be feeling good. Ain't that right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. To be continued. Sit down and talk about the process. So I have a special guest who hasn't, well, you've been in videos, but you're kind of in the hot seat right now because you do a lot of work.
Mm-hmm. Do about 99% of the work.
But we're a team. It was in our vows, right?
I think.
You never did like tile or backsplash, right?
Never.
Neither.
Ever.
Clearly. You found the article on Wayfair about, that was pretty helpful.
Yeah, the instructions and watching some videos.
So I'll probably put a link to that article. A blog. It was like a blog post. You say what worked, what didn't work. I know with the cutting the tile, it was very meticulous.
But that tile cutter, that was a pretty good purchase. Pretty
Amazon.
pretty made a lot of the process smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Cutting tiles, I didn't have to cut too much. Well, it was a lot of cutting. It wasn't like a lot of like cutting out outlets and circles here and there.
And then our backsplash was like rectangular, so
yeah, we went straight from one side to the other pretty much.
But we did like a couple of trips to Home Depot.
Yeah, that was the worst part of the process. Miscounting my square footage. Well, I don't know. Was it?
I think it was like a puzzle. So it was like you did the math, but somehow like the jigsaw. Yeah.
I
don't really know.
Yeah. I guess we ended up using like a lot of little pieces to do certain parts. So what? I had to get like four extra pieces.
Yeah. And then I bought
2 extra. So then we had to return at the very end. So yeah, the towel's from Home Depot. I have the name, I'll pop it up. What else? The Grout, no, it was, what was we were getting like the premix and then that confusion. Because we bought like...
we accidentally bought Grout instead of the Adhesive.
Adhesive, yeah. So, and then like the labels didn't make it any better, but so yeah, like we just got a tile cutter from Amazon, tile from Home Depot, and the Grout and the Adhesive from Home Depot. So
I'm going to talk about the frustrations about how we almost like fought to the death. Because
okay, this is what was my frustration is the scraper, and it was like the whole like scrape and then scrape and do the lines. And then it's like when you're used to just like flicking your wrist, it's like the whole like using the long ways versus using the...
Yeah, it was a tight area to work with, so applying the adhesive was definitely weird. It was almost like we needed like a smaller trowel for that area. But the trowel was like too big.
Because it's like we were doing like 3, 4, 5 passes.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, it's too clumpy or it's not enough. And then it's like, gotta keep going. But I think overall it took 3 days. Because the adhesive took like 48 hours or 24.
Yeah, I think we waited what, a day and a half for that adhesive to dry.
Yeah.
But we did all the tile in one night plus what, a couple hours the next day. Yeah, so by like the afternoon on the second day we began drying.
Yeah.
And then dried for another day and did our grout. The grout was tricky.
Yeah, it was just like a lot of washing, and even though we finished, it's like there's a little bit of remnants, and then it looked like the grout was scratching the tile. So yeah, it's like once you put the grout on, you gotta hurry up and wash it off, because then it's harder to come off. So
yeah, I think I ended, after you went to sleep, I ended up washing like every single tile off.
Yeah.
Washing like the...
You told me you were like examining every single one, and then you made me nervous because you said it was all like scratched up, and I was like, no, and then I was like, I can't see it.
Yeah, it was cool. I think I was being me. I was overanalyzing.
He was being him. Can we rewind? Bring it back. You were being what?
I was being my over-observant and perfection wanting self.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, sometimes you need that though, for everything to just come together so well. You gotta have that.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if you were to hire out, you would want someone to have that same mentality. So, okay. Attention to detail. But
what was the difficulty level on a scale of 1 to 5?
And 1 being least and 5 being difficult.
Level of ease, 1 to 5. 5 being easiest, 1 being extremely difficult.
I'd say middle, like 3.
3?
It wasn't hard. I would say 3. But if you did it if I didn't have your help, or, it's not that easy. Because you do have to cut the tile. You can't be afraid like me.
Yeah.
So.
2-man job.
Yeah.
I give it a 4. I think we did. I think for the most part, we knocked everything out of the park.
3.5.
The only reason I don't give it a 5 is because of having to go to the store multiple times, and you know, I guess like the making sure all of the tiles are straight. That's what we had, that issue.
Oh yeah, and it felt like all of the tiles were like leaning, and then we had to go in. So it was having the spacers and making sure. But so it's like, in my mind, I thought cutting would be the hardest, like cutting the tile, and it was just more like placement and the grout. I think that was just like, and should have worn gloves because I felt like all my cuticles cracked and my fingers were dry.
You know, that kind of happened though when you do like all that hard work. You just end up with these fingers. See these cuts.
Do you see us doing more tile projects in the future?
Yeah, because I want to take advantage of the tile cutter. That's the only reason I want to do something, because I want to cut tile again. It was fun.
You just want to cut tile. It's like I want to do like the tile wall like in a bathroom, but I don't know. We'll see. Coming soon. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe and share it with a friend.